Well, I suppose I had two inspirations for the story. The first one was my son Adam, of course, who long before anyone knew him from the toy show was stealing our hearts as a family since the day he opened his eyes. And I suppose my second inspiration for the story was people and the wonderful reaction from people at home and around the world to Adam and his virtual hug. I suppose one of the biggest challenges for me in writing is to make sure that there's representation in the book, and I think it's really, really important to me that difference and inclusion and diversity is central in a book. And I think that's one of the things that got me into wanting to write children's books in the first place, is that Adam's a child with additional needs, and I wanted to make sure that as Adam grows up as a young boy and as a young man, that he starts to see children like him in the stories that he reads and the stories that he sees. And my wife and I are real big believers that if you can see it, you can be it, and we want Adam to be able to see himself as the hero in his story. And to So this book, which I'm very, very proud of, is inspired by true events that happened over this last year around Adam and his virtual hug, which was a tiny gesture that he created for his teacher during COVID, during home learning, and he drew a little heart and he wrote "a hug for you" on it and put some scribbles on it and sent her a photo, and he used to take it then to his hospital appointments and all that. And of course a lot of people were introduced to that then on the toy show, and the rest, as they say, is history. And it went around the world and so on and so forth, and inspired lots and lots of different things and lots of people in various ways, and in many ways it became an art form in itself. So I know so many people were inspired, and we've heard so many heartfelt stories as parents of the wonderful ways in which they use this tiny gesture, but I was inspired too, and I really felt I wanted Adam to be able to look back on this time in his life and to have a record of the amazing impact that he has had on Irish people at home and all around the world, and everyone all around the world. And so this is it's my gift to people, it's my gift to everyone, but it's my gift to Adam as well. I think the interplay between, I suppose, the real and the fantasy in the book has helped. One of the key challenges I felt in writing the book was trying to capture, how do you send an emotion? How do you convey connection when you can't actually hug someone? And Irish people, we're a nation of huggers. We love a good hug, and how do you do that when you can't actually do it, when you're being told you can't do it and you know you can't do it? So I think that the fantasy side of things, the virtual hug itself is one of the main characters in the book alongside Adam, and delving into the fantasy side allowed me to show how the virtual hug can transfer and go on a journey and convey emotion through an artifact like a coffee cup or a card, or it can just be a feeling. And I think one of the things that I really tried to capture in the book was the idea of darkness and light, and that was very intentional, and it was my attempt to honour what people have been through, because like we've been through a lot, and children have been through a lot, and you'll notice like even the cover has a darkness to it. That's a nod to Adam's love of space, but it's also a nod to the darkness that we've been through, and the hug being a light source in that darkness. And one of the things that sticks with us is that mention that someone said to us before, that Adam and his hug were a light during dark times, and that always stuck with me when I put pen to paper to write the book. It's the support for Adam over the last year has been incredible, and it's really meant a lot to us as a family, and I can absolutely assure you it's definitely not lost on my wife and I. It's been at times overwhelming, but every single time so unbelievably heartwarming, and we're really grateful that the virtual hug has been able to do some good for people, and has been able to raise so much money for Adam's hospitals that he loves so much, and that it's given people an opportunity to find that bit of connection when it was very, very hard for us to do so as a society. So we're just we're absolutely blown away by the support. It's been amazing.